St. Patrick's Day. It is March 17th, 2025. I have been cooking since 5 a.m. So at 5 o'clock, I started 2 corned beefs in this crock pot with beer. That's what I do. I have 2 Dirty Hippie beers, also Palisade Brewery, our favorite brewery, and then 2 of these in there with the meat. And then I have 3 of these in this crock pot. It's been on high and it's starting to steam, so about ready to put the cabbage in that one. I do it a little different. So what I did was I started this crock pot at 5. Now, John was asleep. It's 5 a.m. I have to turn on a whole bunch of lights and record and be talking and stuff, so I did not do that. Everything's silent movie. I will do a voiceover on what I did up to this point. So it's now 9:30. So this has been on, basically it got going about 5. So I got up at 5, turned on the crock pot, warmed up the beer first. I had set them out last night, so they were room temperature. And I've got one left if I need it. And then about half an hour ago, I'm not going to lift the lid again because it'll let out the steam. I pulled out 2 cups of this from that broth, the beer broth with the meat, and put it in this crock pot with 1 more beer. So the cabbage is going to be steaming in this for the next. I'm planning this all to be done by 12:30 at the latest. I'm hoping 12. So this crock pot will now get the vegetables here around 10 o'clock, but the other crock pot, I'm assuming, is warm enough now to start adding cabbage. I do green and red. I'm a fan of the red myself, but I do the green too. It's good. And this year I got the Savoy, which is a more rough textured, I call it more of an Oriental cabbage. You see it a lot in Oriental cooking. It's a real, this one might show it better. I'll pull this leaf off. Yeah, it's more of a, it's not a smooth cabbage. It's more rough. So I got that at Sprouts and the red cabbage. So, and then this is carrots, white potatoes, and pearl onions. I'm using canned this year. Sometimes I do the fresh and start it. My friend Julie was going to be coming up to have lunch with us, but instead, that's why I'm hoping it's done no later than 1. I want to deliver some to her. She has to have a tooth pulled on Thursday, and she has a major toothache, and her cheek is swollen, she said, so she's not going to come up. So I'm going to take her some, and the trade-off is she made a green cake. I think it's a pistachio cake, but regardless, I'm trading corned beef and cabbage for a green cake. So anyways, I did want to make this a cooking deal, but the fact that I had to start this so early, and John was in bed till he came home from Denver yesterday. We had snow for 2 days. Yesterday was sunny. Luckily, the passes for him were good, so he came over fine. But he got here about 4:30, 4:40, I think it was, just in time for dinner. I had dinner about 5, and I've been communicating with him. So, anyways, ate dinner, but he was tired, so he slept in this morning. So hence everything had to be silent movie till now. St. Patrick's Day was always about going out to pubs with my friends and partying, green beer, pickle chips, and, green food. But in 2003, when my dad got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer on my parents' 47th wedding anniversary in January of 2003, and on St. Patrick's Day of 2003, he passed away. 7 weeks he lasted. From finding out he had it to go, it was stage 4, it was bad. It was already in some other organs. So anyways, so he passed. So we actually buried him on the 20th of March in 2003. But he passed away on this day. It forever changed my outlook, my thoughts, my feelings about St. Patrick's Day. It became about my dad and going to visit his grave, and it's kind of a day for him. But then 2 years ago, in 2023, my mom started having strokes in January. I just posted a video about this. It's titled under my live fail, because I wanted to talk about it on my live, but I ended up talking about it and recording it and then posting that video Saturday, I think it was. But 2 years ago, my mom had stroke in January, stroke in February, and one in early March. They put her on hospice, she had a DNR. She wasn't eating, drinking, or talking. She went into a coma, lasted 11 days on hospice, and died on March 13th. So we buried her on March 17th. That was real important to my nieces and my whole family. It was like, let's get her with Dad on St. Patrick's Day. My mom, her maiden name was Fagin. She was Irish. I'm half Irish. The rest is Scotch, German from my dad's side. But now it's a tribute to my parents. But I love corned beef and cabbage. I have always loved cooking it. Learned from my mama. So it's a tradition for me to do corned beef and cabbage every St. Patrick's Day. So I'm doing it today in their memory. After I deliver lunch, and then John and I will probably eat about 2. I'll deliver to my friend Julie, get back up, or she's 4 miles from me, so it's not that far, but, and then come back up. We'll probably eat early dinner, late lunch, around 2, so, and then I'm going to go for a walk with the dogs. I'll probably record that too. There's too much snow and it's muddy to really do much than walk, so, but it's okay, we'll get outside. And I was going to make Irish soda bread, and Julie was coming, but as a backup, I got this at Safeway. I had picked this artisan bread up, roasted garlic cheese bread, so we're having that. I didn't feel like going to the trouble of making Irish soda bread, which I have done before. Anyways, that's what I'm doing today. I will post this tonight, so I'm going to vacuum and dust real quick, so I'll do that, and then I'll get back to my cooking. But I think I'll wait till 10 to put the cabbage on in this one. 2 crock pots, so it works. And this was my mom's. I unpacked it from her stuff over the summer. I actually have 2 of the stainless steel ones that I got at Costco a few years ago, but I'm using hers because it is St. Patrick's Day and it's about her too, so. Okay, it's a little after 10. I got on a phone call. My corned beef is bubbly. I'm going to add the veggies. A big spoon. Grab the camera, but all those vegetables fit under all that meat. The house is clean. I was just grabbing my iPad to do something, looked out the back window on the back slope where it's glary. Kept all clean this way. It's very glary at our house when it snows, but a bobcat walked out and my phone was on the charger in the bathroom, and I had the GoPro cord out. I actually was downloading what I've recorded so far today onto my iPad. So I had nothing to film it with, so I had to go grab my phone real quick. By the time I did, it was behind a bush. There's a video I sent to John down at the shop. You can see something walking. You can't tell what it is. It could be a coyote, but it was a bobcat. I saw it. So, anyways, that was a little excitement for St. Patrick's Day. So, anyways, I'll check back in later. I was on the phone while I was doing this, so I'm just going to show you. I just pulled the meat out and sliced it. It is almost noon, and I just want it to get all juicy in the juice. I'll be putting it in a container to take some to Julie here in about 15-20 minutes. So, so at this point, the corned beef has been on 7 hours ish. Almost 7, about another 15 minutes. So it's good and done. The cabbage over here, I checked it about an hour ago, and it's been on now about 2.5. So yeah, so everything's getting done. I'm going to slice some of this bread for her, start getting her stuff packaged up so I can leave real quick and go do that, and then come back and we'll eat, and I can do a little more recording on that. But I had a call from my niece on St. Patrick's Day, and we've been yakking, so I ended up having to get the meat cut up while we were on the phone, so did not record that. That's the only thing I've done. So the rest of it's been cooking. I'm not going to need this other beer. That's juicy enough. That's juicy enough. So I'll put that back in the fridge. But, yeah, sorry, I keep going by that window, and I apologize, it's glary. I did some footage earlier leaning against the sink, and I'm trying to play with the lighting on that now without having to scrap all that footage. I forget that in this house, but we get a lot of sun in our windows, a lot of glare. Doesn't that look good? That's pistachio bundt cake. You serve it with Cool Whip. This is butter for the bread. My friend just gave me the cutest little leprechaun Irish cup. So I'm having green tea. And our meal is ready. I'm going to serve it up. I just got back from delivering hers. And it's steaming. So we're going to eat. John's on his way. I'm going to get it served up. We're going to enjoy. You may not see me back on here, so I just wanted to say bon appetit. Bye for now, and enjoy your St. Patrick's Day, whatever you do. If it involves green beer, green food, corned beef and cabbage, or whatever. Enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Bye. I just served up our plates. John's coming up the road. Doesn't that look good? Green cabbage, red cabbage, potatoes, little pearl onions in there. There's 1 carrot and lots of corned beef. And the bread is staying warm in the warming oven part of my air fryer. So I'll grab that here as soon as he pulls in. We are hangry. And Julie made this luscious cake. I'm going to enjoy that too. Some for now, some for later. Bye for now.